Hello Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. We're going to read your tarot cards here today. This will be a general message for the Earth sign collective, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Of course, anyone and everyone is welcome into this reading. I just ask you bring an open heart, an open mind, a desire to better yourself, to walk away with something new to think over. If the material that comes through doesn't resonate with you, feel free to release it. Maybe come back or check back another week. And also be open to the fact that sometimes these messages will make more sense in the future. That does sometimes happen. Other than that, let's try and have some fun. Just a reminder, you guys are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions, okay? Let's get like 2 more cards from my Earth signs. Okay, cool. It's so funny, this card came up and I thought it was the Hermit at first, and I was like, oh, it's the Three of Wands. There's the Hermit. I was sensing it somewhere. Very strongly connected to Virgo energy, so that might be prominent in some of your charts here. Let's see. Excuse me. So we have 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands, 7 of Wands, and the Hermit. So I'm actually almost wanting to start from this side. Usually I'll read left to right, but I'm actually going to start here. I just feel called to. Mostly because I always want to see what the Hermit is shining his light on, right? He's sort of on this sort of introspective path to seek enlightenment, to speak sort of spiritual wisdom. That's what the Hermit does. And I always note with the Hermit, sometimes people dismiss it as a very kind of boring singular card, and it's not at all, because we have to remember whatever path this person is going down, they're about to stumble upon the Wheel of Fortune. So this path of introspection and spirituality actually leads to something very great within us, but it does force us to expand in some way, to grow, to seek something bigger, to not settle for less. And it's interesting that this is leading to the Wheel of Fortune, because that represents Jupiter energy. And if I didn't say it already, welcome to Sagittarius season. a direct stark contrast from Scorpio season, which is all about sort of that internal journey, to Sagittarius Jupiter, the external world, right? It has a lot to do with travel, with knowledge, philosophies, higher education. It's kind of the party animal of the zodiac. So hence why we, start the season off with a big godlike meal, banquet dinner of Thanksgiving for those who celebrate. Anyway, here we go. He is shining his lantern on the 7 of Wands. So this is knowing where to continue to put up a fight and have faith in yourself versus when to give up. In the upright, which it came out in, I'm leaning more into the idea that it's been a battle, it's been a struggle for something. This is a Mars in Leo card. So it's understanding that by going into some sort of project that requires a lot of energy and time and struggle, there might be a sense of where you're needing to cut your losses, so it's more than that. It has to do with not people pleasing is sort of kind of the word I'm looking for. Not being overly sensitive to what the critics say, in any sense of the word, whether the critics are your own family or friends or coworkers. This is requiring so much of you that it's almost like you kind of have to strip yourself of the posturing or the peacocking or the exterior, wearing the mask to not only do the work, but to make it look good. At this point, it's requiring too much from you, where it's okay if you lose a few of your followers. Do you understand what I mean? Because I think what you're doing is speaking to you from a soul level versus just wanting to put on a show, right? That can be sort of one manifestation of Leo energy. With Mars in Leo, though, Mars is a very assertive, very strong, very confident, kind of go-to-war energy. But it's also saying you're putting a tremendous amount of passion and again, energy and struggle into this. It's not a time to quit, but it's not a time to second guess yourself. Thank you, Spirit. That's a really important message here. Even if you are getting critical reception, or people you like, people you love, people you admire are kind of giving you the side eye or almost like a judgment, it really has nothing to do with them. This is about your own spiritual path. And on top of that, the reason why I'm saying, sticking to this is going to serve you, because A, it's leading you to the Wheel of Fortune, but also it's leading you to the 4 of Wands, which is about achievement, and especially in terms of setting you up for a solid foundation. that in itself seems like a very positive reinforcement to what maybe my earth signs are wanting to know about where this is headed. Typically, earth signs want things that offer them longevity and something that is solid, not this kind of fly-by-night, built really half-assed or haphazard so we don't know if it's going to work into the future, right? You can't rush the process. But the thing is, some of you, it's like you're already so in it, there is no option to just quit. I mean, sure, yes, you can. Is that advisable? No, because something about this struggle, it's teaching you a lot about yourself, about your endurance, and also about I just heard stamina, but also what I was going to say, it's teaching you a lot about why you were doing it in the first place. For some of you, there was an aspect to this where you started off doing it for, I'm not going to say the wrong reasons, but wanting or seeking, desiring the approval of others, when really with this Mars energy, it almost became this competition within yourself to produce the best product or to tap into the best version of yourself, to really seek and chase out your own passion and bring it to light. That's what I really like here. And I just keep getting a message here about, I just have to be honest, it's almost like the haters are going to hate, or there's going to be people that are, you rub them the wrong way simply by doing this. To be honest, though, it's low vibe energy coming from the critical reception or the audience or whatever, whoever is watching this, the bystander. It has more to do with jealousy and you sort of flipping it on its head to show these people or this person, not on purpose, but just by default, what you're showing them is that you're capable of so much more than they thought you would be, or you've turned it into something much bigger, a different manifestation of what you originally set out to do. And it's almost like it's new and different, and almost like it scares them a little bit. They're a little bit fearful of what you've created because it's, I don't know, it probably puts you in an advantageous position or some sort of power position. For some of you, this may have to do with an awkward dynamic where I'm just giving you this as an example. Like you're the youngest person in the family and you make the most amount of money, or you've achieved the most amount of success very quickly. That's what I mean. There's some sort of shadow side energy creeping in on what people are telling you about this. And so it's just, you can dismiss it. You don't need to take heart in it. You don't need to take stock in it. Always check in with yourself and make sure that you are truly aligned with something you're passionate about and something that's worth your time and energy. Get behind something that is worth fighting for, not just sort of, ruffling feathers for the sake of it or being argumentative or disruptive just because, you're bored. And that's really not what I sense here. This is about allowing relationships to exit your life. Just simply organically. It's not that you're choosing or trying to make that happen. If anything, I see the opposite. You may have gained some strides in your career and then you notice that people stopped, communicating with you or stopped hanging out with you, or really what it is they stopped supporting you and championing you and celebrating you. If that's the case, it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It's that these people are sort of fighting or battling their own demons. So let it fall away. Let it exit your life, because ultimately a lot of these people are operating out of a shadow side, jealous energy. And so if they're meant to come back into your life with a high vibe, then, that's great. You can choose to accept them or not. But yet in the meantime, their confusion about what you're doing simply is not your problem. Like that is a very strong message here. Because your ships are coming in. And I think a lot of you are waiting to see the results or the productivity of what it is that you're doing because you've been in this battle or fight for a long time. This almost seems very entrepreneurial if you've started your own business. And maybe it's not out of jealousy, but you may have parents or friends who are worried like, oh my God, you're burning the candle at both ends. And, what if this fails? I don't know, at some point in time, if this is in alignment with your passion and everybody around you is sort of going into that fear-based, oh my God, well, don't spend all your money on this. What if it fails? What if it doesn't do good? I understand how you could perceive that as, oh, well, they care about me. They love me, so of course they would say that. But also, is it helpful, though, if you are certain that this is what you want to do and the feedback you're getting is just this negative, oh, you should quit, oh, you should give up? Choose to interpret that as you like, but I'm just sort of illuminating you to the message that these people don't know any better. Just because you're struggling with it and they're taking that away as, oh, well, it's never going to happen, they may be judging you or cutting you off too short of not allowing you to really step into your fullest potential. This might be a very difficult lesson in understanding that sometimes you have to go after things without the praise or the applause or the cheerleaders. And I'm not saying that that's what you were desiring. I don't get anything about narcissism here. Please don't misunderstand that. It's just, sometimes it would be nice for your family to have your back. And unfortunately, something about this, it's really challenging you to go out on a limb and align to your passion and do it just simply for you because you know it to be true. And with this, this kind of Mars energy, Seven of Wands, this is forcing you to sort of, I'm hearing like meet your maker. That's funny. This is forcing you to be okay with failure. And I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I am saying that there's going to be trials and tribulations that humble you, right? Because if you're stepping out as the first person to do this, or, one of the founders, the entrepreneur, whatever it is, you are going to have to learn through trial and error. There isn't a demonstration or a model or for you to, for you to follow in the footsteps of. There is no nepotism. This is very Capricorn energy to me. And it's not saying it can't be for any others of you, but this message of it's Saturn energy in a sense. This, nothing gets handed to you, sweetheart. You have to go and do it yourself. That's very Saturn. Saturn likes you to understand your own limits and capabilities, because that way at the end when you succeed and your ships come in, the reward is so much more worth it because you did it by your own accord. You did it in your own way by your own rules. I just think that's really important here. There is a separating independent energy, and maybe that's scary for a lot of you, right? Doesn't mean it's not worth doing. If anything, typically within good reason or good judgment, I say it's absolutely worth exploring things that scare you, because when you go into them, full force, head on, it's not quite the monster we think it is. It challenges to face a part of ourselves that feels insecure. So what's coming in? Three of Wands. Ooh, that fell right out. Look at you. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you get the reward. And this is like a very happy depiction of the Two of Pentacles. It's not this, oh my God, I'm juggling too much and how do I do it? This is like, ooh, I got more money and I got time to play now. Like I can take some time off. I can take a vacation. Or I'm starting to see the reward of what I'm doing, and it's refueling and re-energizing me to go after this with a little bit more lighthearted energy. I actually really do like this. So let's see, that Two of Wands, I believe, is Mars. Three of Wands is the Sun. So identifying, again, the Sun is all about sort of identifying, shining a spotlight on work that matters to you. And you being the key word there, right? It's not work that matters to your family. It's not work that matters to your boss. It's not work that matters to your friend, your coworkers, your dog. I don't care what it is, right? This is aligning to work that really speaks to you and that you see potential in. And there's that earth energy too. So that big statement about not doing the sort of fly-by-night sloppy version of it just so that you can show people, look, I did what I said I was going to do. I got the money. I accomplished this. Here, let me prove it to you. I can physically show you. It's not so much about that, because in the long term, you might not see the evidence of this for another month or two. Here, to me, it says that there will be tangible evidence, but it's a little ways away. And when I say that, I really, truly hope that doesn't deflate you or give you a sense of defeat. I'm hoping it does the opposite, that if you've been kicking ass or just slaving away at something and you're not seeing the results are up ahead. And it is going to be a turning point where something about it either lightens your load or it reinvigorates you, or there's some newfound wisdom on how to go about this where you don't have to break your back the whole time, right? Because I don't think that's healthy either. It is about moderation, but sometimes it is about, declining the invitations to go hang out and, maybe putting the dating life on the back burner for a couple months, right? Sometimes you do have to make sacrifices to align to what you truly want. And then, when you achieve that, you have some time that frees up and you can go back and, invest time and energy into things that maybe you had to put on pause. I think that's very normal and natural and healthy. Living your life in extreme ways is never good. But I will say with Sagittarius energy, for some of you, that it could actually be quite positive in that, especially for my Virgos, because Sagittarius is a fellow mutable sign. This season is going to challenge you, but in a way that really, really forces you to step up to the plate and earn it, if that makes sense. And typically Jupiter energy, it's very benevolent, it's very gracious, and here, let me hand this to you, here's a gift. But you have to show the universe that you are willing to put in the time. So there is some kind of Saturn energy here, and I mean, it is an earth reading. The reason I say specifically Virgo is because that that challenging square or aggravation of the Sagittarian planets making some sort of aspect with anything that you guys have in Virgo. So maybe some of you have a Virgo moon. It's going to challenge you in a very good way. So don't fold under pressure. Step up and accept the task at hand. So then let's see. For my Capricorns, it's like you're almost there. It could be that something comes to fruition more towards your birthday season. So again, in the next month or so, you may see something bigger or something greater, but there might be a push or a nudge for you to really extend your energy and go full-blown hardcore, whatever you want to call it, like put all your money or all your eggs in one basket, which I don't typically say. I want to be very specific because this is Sagittarius season. Sagittarius is typically like go big or go home. There is no half measure with Sagittarius. So it can be kind of indulgent. It can be overly extravagant. So know that in advance, right? I'm not saying blow all your money on this thing if that doesn't seem logical to you, but this is a chance to like really go all in on it. That's what I would say to my Capricorns. And in terms of my Virgos, let me think about this. So Sagittarius is not quite your opposite. It's one past your opposite. Does that mean something to someone when I say that? It's one past your opposite. I don't know if this has to do with a relationship. It might be that you choose to let go of a relationship that wasn't supporting you. If this was a person who was giving you a lot of negative feedback and it's not about just having someone be the counterpart of playing the realist or someone being, devil's advocate. That's fine. If this person is just allowing you to see the different viewpoints, if it's your boss or your boyfriend, your girlfriend, that's fine. But if they're constantly just like, I don't know why you're doing this, like if they don't believe in you, if they're not willing to sort of be open-minded about your dreams and goals and desires, probably not a good fit. Again, up to you to decide, but I feel like it's one past this person. So it's like the next one you link up with will actually be a really good counterpart or a really good collaborator or, again, a more supportive person or a reliable advocate or mentor. That's the word I was looking for. A reliable mentor in your life. It's one past your opposite. I don't know why that phrase just rolls off my tongue right now, but it feels like I meant to tell you that. Let's see. I'm going to give you guys some of these oracle cards as well, too. Let's give one for the earth signs here. And guys, be sure to like the video if you made it this far. Help my channel grow. Like, share, subscribe. All right, let's connect to that earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Sacred, what is it called? Sacred Symbols Oracle deck. Boom, that came out. Oh, you guys, I love it. All right, I'm going to read right from the book so I don't steer you wrong here. Magic. This deck is by Marcella Kroll. It's really good. It's really awesome. All right, so magic. The symbol is the pentacle. This is a Wiccan symbol, amulet, and talisman, often symbolizing the element of earth. It is used for invocation and represents the ability to bring spirit to earth. Oh, I love it. I love it. That's a short little one. And then here's the message. You are a magical being. Time to stop hiding the awe-inspiring abilities you have to connect to the divine. Drawing the pentacle invites you to connect with your personal magic on a deeper level at this time. Working with the phases of the moon in ritual with herbs, candles, crystals, and spell work are some ways you can connect to your magic on the physical place to the etheric realms. From the physical place to the etheric realms. Find what suits you best, with love and with harm to none. If you are inquiring about a relationship or situation, take heart, there is something quite special here. Proceed with curiosity and wonder as this situation begins to unfold in the most unique of ways. Meditate on the pentacle when you want to draw the power of the element to protect your energy and/or sacred space. All right, guys, you are magic. You are magic. That's what I got, guys. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. And if you celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. Bye, guys.